Hello, this is Matt from Theater 8. I wanted to go ahead and do a little behind-the-scenes recording to show some of the different stages of audio we ended up going through to make this show. Right now, in our current episodes that are probably out as I release this, the sound quality is not that great, honestly. I'm not going to lie, it probably sounds like ass. In fact, while I was editing those videos, it kind of encouraged me that I needed to come up with a better audio solution. So I'm going to show you the different microphones that I ended up getting and trying and kind of explain where we kind of went through this. The microphone I'm using right now, which is the ultimate microphone that I'm probably going to use for a very long time, is the Rode Procaster. You might not be able to see it right now, but it's actually inches away from my face. I don't think I can get a good view since I'm a silhouette, but I have it on a microphone arm. I actually have three microphones here from the various stages. This is what we originally used, which is the Blue Snowball. You'll probably see it recommended a lot as a good podcaster microphone for beginners, but I have some problems with it, which I'm going to go into later. The other microphone I have is this SM47. It's actually a rather cheap microphone, but it does surprisingly well, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that later. So let me go through the history of what we did. The one we start off with, like I said, was the Blue Snowball. I'm going to go ahead and switch to that real quick. So I'm now speaking into the Blue Snowball, actually in the correct way it should be used, which is, anyway, let me adjust this a little bit. It should be used, just like any other microphone, not that far away from the face. Now, some of the pros of this is that it's a condenser microphone, and it actually sounds pretty good at catching all of the vocal ranges. The big problem is, whenever you're trying to play a game, it picks up everything. So it's going to pick up any noise from your television. It picks up the clicking of the gamepad that you're playing. It picks up some of the echo in the room if you have any. If I raise my voice a little bit, it's not going to sound great. Worst of all, whenever I first used it, I didn't use it properly. I didn't use it about 3 inches from my face like this. I did what most people would do without really looking into it. I put it on my table in front of me, in between us, about this distance away, and it sounded like garbage. It sounded like hot garbage. Again, picking up the clicking of the controller really badly and making me just generally sound like ass. After I did that, I knew I had to go ahead and switch over. So the first one I went ahead and bought was my Rode Procaster, which is this one that I was talking through earlier. First of all, when I first used it, I only had one microphone, which meant I had to put it between me and Keith. Which ended up having a distance of about this, which, again, you'll probably notice it's better sounding than the other one. I'm clicking on the controller now. I don't know if you can hear it much or not. But it's not going to be as strong and good as whenever you have it up close. This microphone, though, is much more expensive than the Snowball. The Snowball was like $50, I think, back when I bought it. Maybe $60. This one cost more like $200. The next thing I did was I noticed that, I need more, but I can't afford another one of these. So the next microphone I got was this Shure 47. I'm going to go ahead and switch to that real quick. I'm now speaking into the Shure SM47. You'll notice that this microphone, it's not bad. When I compared it to the Rode Procaster for just talking, I mean, I'm not singing or anything. I don't need like a super fancy microphone. I sound pretty good in this. This microphone cost me $36. So if I could go back in time and start over all again, I'd probably just get a bunch of these microphones and call it a day. I have it plugged into a mixer board right now. It's a Yamaha MG10. And that, of course, lets me mess with the bass, the treble, the mids, which, of course, is nice. It has a built-in compressor, but honestly, after tinkering with it that much, I'm not really getting much out of it. I kind of just left it as is. Oh, this one is not quite as good at keeping... Well, it's not as good as... Here, I'm clicking the buttons. It's not too bad for that. It does pick up a little bit more of the white noise of the room than the other one does. But overall, not a bad microphone, especially for the price. These two microphones that I had, the really nice thing about it is that they're XLR and they plug into the interface, which means that I can have multiple microphones all plugged into one interface. Whereas if I had the USB microphones, it's a little bit more tough to mix them together. I have to get a digital mixer, and it's just a big pain in the butt. I also can't listen to it in real time. If you notice, I'm wearing headphones, which I don't normally do during the recordings, but for this, I wanted to be able to listen to make sure that the sound's coming through okay. It's just night and day, the kind of quality you get once everybody has their own microphone. Sorry, I'm going to switch back over to my Rode. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to tell more of a difference whenever I'm listening to this later, but for the most part, they sound pretty close. I mostly just wanted to record this to show more of a difference between what a condenser microphone and a dynamic microphone can do in a let's play kind of scenario. I think a lot of people suggest using the Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti, and while they're great microphones, as far as for commentary goes, I really think you can't go wrong with a good dynamic mic. Even the lower end dynamic mics sound great for what you want, because really what you want is noise isolation, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, the condenser microphones will give you a great voice. Like, it's going to make you sound good, but you're going to pick up your neighbor mowing your lawn. You're going to pick up when the dog is barking outside. You're going to pick up all your keystrokes from your keyboard or your gaming controller. You're going to pick up everything. And it's a nightmare for editing, honestly. Once I switched to dynamic microphones, not only did it sound better just straight off the bat, it cut my editing time for audio way down. I plan on doing other behind the scenes for Theater 8, hopefully with other things that are helpful and useful to other people. If you enjoyed this, look forward to the other ones, and maybe check out my other videos if you haven't yet. And thank you for watching.